your astrologer Wonder Girl, and I am here to give you your weekly forecast for the week of Monday, May 29th through Sunday, June 4th. Now, last week, you may have experienced a lot of changes or intensity around relationships, especially relationships regarding or around your home life, your family, perhaps, and some things about your identity in some way. Maybe trying to figure out how you can get your home life and your family on board with who you are and with your identity and where your life is going. There could have also been some big choices coming to you about your job, about what you do in your daily life on the day-to-day, about what things you want to do for work, want to do at your job, want to do regularly in order to really bring something to you or create the kind of life that brings you peace and that resonates with you spiritually in some way. So really having to figure out kind of the foundations of your life and what your daily routines are going to look like in order to just make you feel more comfortable in your life. This week, what there's going to be is a lot of communication now about some of these changes that came to you last week, especially in regards to your identity, where you're really going to want to perhaps communicate about what makes you happy, about what brings you pleasure, perhaps about something fun that you're starting to do. It's going to be a lot of communication around that while you are doing this, and the communication could also involve kids or creative projects or things like that, because the 5th house, where Mercury is in for you right now, rules a lot of those kind of things. While this is happening, there could also be some unexpected things that do come up for you in regards to your home life with other people or your family. Maybe you get some insights there as to what you need to do next with home or family, or maybe some unexpected things happen to you that bring more clarity and kind of open things up for you in that situation. Okay, and once that happens in your home life, it will allow you perhaps to commit more truly to who you are, to who you want to be on the inside, to what brings you spiritual peace in some way, perhaps, and also allow you to really kind of move towards ending or beginning something that you really, really want and desire. That could have a lot to do with finances in some way, kind of figuring out your home life so that you can bring more finances to you, so that you can begin or end something or have more intimate kind of relationships that you desire, that truly resonate with you in your heart, and needing to figure out kind of what's going on at home and in your home life first before all of these other things can really get moving for you. Okay, so that's kind of what's happening. You are an earth sign. We do have a lot of stuff going on in air and fire right now, so it may be a little harder for you than it is for some of the other signs to kind of get up to speed with what it is that's really happening right now in life. But it does look set to be, you know, good for the most part. You're just kind of in a point of life where you're trying to figure out some really, really deep stuff that's going on. You've got Saturn in your 12th house, not an easy spot because it can bring up kind of some depression at times, a really serious focus on who you are and on what you want, and on, you know, some emotional baggage and stuff that's coming up to the surface with this transit. On top of that, you've got Pluto in your 1st house in Capricorn, a lot of changes in your identity, you know, a lot of trying to figure out where you get your power from and what makes you powerful as you move into that. And a lot of that is going to have to do with some deep relationships that you really want to enter into at this time. Perhaps a business you want to start when you get the 8th house indicated, some big investments, financial investments you really want to make. So there's a lot of heavy stuff going on for you about who you are, where your life is going, needing to make some changes in order to bring more depth and intensity into your life and to what you really, really want for you at this time. That could be a little hard. Now, your card for this week is the Page of Cups reversed. Okay, the Page of Cups is a little bit of an interesting card, especially when it's reversed, because it indicates maybe having problems bringing something emotional to us, maybe feeling like our emotions aren't quite where we want them to be in some way. That could be kind of hard. Maybe having a creative block, really having to push through something to bring more of that joy into our life. And that's kind of interesting because, like I mentioned, you know, Mercury is in your 5th house right now, kind of bringing in a lot of focus on creativity, you really wanting to communicate and talk about what it is that makes you happy, you know, to bring something to you that resonates with your heart, that you're really having to try to work out and think about very intensely and try to break through to find your power, to find what makes you happy, to move forward in that direction. So there's kind of a lot of stuff coming for you where this phase of your life, you're thinking more about yourself and what you want and kind of trying to get yourself kind of in order in a lot of ways before you can move into expanding your life and other areas and doing other things like that. So that can be a little hard for you to really have to figure out a lot of these identity issues, a lot of things going on deep inside where you maybe feel like, life isn't quite where you want it to be and isn't quite moving in the direction that you like. Which could be a little difficult, but the question or the point here with this card is to just be patient, to just keep doing going through the course with what you're doing. You don't always have to get some big major insight and creative breakthrough all the time, in order to move forward. Everything doesn't always have to feel right to do what it is that you need to do. And maybe when you get insights, maybe insights aren't always the big, huge breakthroughs like you think they would be, but the little tiny promptings inside, little tiny things that happen outside us that maybe aren't big, ground, breaking, earth shattering, but at the same time have little messages for us that can bring us forward. And I see that being a lot for you kind of going on with you really needing to pay attention to what's going on deep inside your soul, deep inside your heart, figuring out who you are and listening more to what your soul is saying as you move forward into a new life that you're coming into. So thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on Facebook, please like it on YouTube, and share it with your friends. And I will talk to you later.